Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. So just a short little update on some things that are happening. First and foremost, Ghost of Tsushima finally came out. I'm playing it over on my Twitch channel, and holy fucking crap, I'm having a lot of fun playing this game. Very happy about it so far. I love Sucker Punch, as you guys probably know. I mean, I've played pretty much all their games except for Infamous Second Son. Never really got a chance to play that. I have pretty much played every single Sucker Punch game since the very beginning, since Sly Cooper. So, it's an amazing company, amazing developer, have some amazing games. And I'm smiling, I'm happy that this game is finally out. I'm playing it. It's a very, very nice game. Very lovely game. But that's not the reason why we're making this video. In fact, the quite opposite of Ghost of Tsushima, but at the same time, sort of similar. Because we're going to talk a little itty bitty tiny bit about a little problem that is unfortunately inevitable in the world of gaming. And it's going to affect a lot of us, especially those that are playing on PC and that have just been normalized to $59.99 game prices. I know it's been pretty much the normal since pretty much since the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era of video games. But it's a bit much. It's a bit much to ask people to go out and buy a fucking $60 game and expect it to be high quality AAA style game. There's going to be problems with it, of course. There's going to be, the bugs and shit. We've had this problem for pretty much ever. But we live in the modern era now. We live in 2020, where game developers nowadays can fix their bugs and can take time to make these games. It can take time to, plan ahead and to release games at a certain time or even delay it to fix whatever problem they need to fix. $60 to me has always been the perfect price for brand new AAA game titles. And this might be a shock to a lot of people. This might be a shock to a lot of people, but maybe not to some, because we are at an inevitable time to where game prices are going to go up. It's bound to go up. AAA titles, at least. And it's inevitable. It's inevitable that we are going to start seeing $70 video games or $69.99. Nice. But whether it be $69.99, $70, or whatever, it really depends the game. Because believe it or not, the first game to jump on the $70 price tag is a fucking sports game. NBA 2K20, 2K21, I believe, is going to be $70 at launch, which is pretty fucking steep. It's pretty fucking insane to ask for $70 for what many people believe is a ripoff of of well, I don't have it with me, but oh yeah, I do, of this game. Pretty much, it's just a blatant copy from this game. And I say specifically from this game because each and every single NBA 2K whatever game has been a blatant copy of the previous game before it. So, asking for $70 for the next NBA game is asking for a lot. For any sports game, FIFA included. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to spend $70 on a fucking sports game and then continue to see microtransactions if I'm not allowed to unlock everything, without having to spend money. And that's pretty fucking stupid if you ask me. To number one, demand such a high price for sport games. And number two, to continue to put microtransactions into your games, expect people to pay for these microtransactions, even though they had spent $70 fucking dollars to buy your fucking game, and you can't even unlock anything. You can't even unlock one goddamn thing without having to put some fucking money down. $70 fucking dollars. Where's that money going to? What is that money honestly going to? Is it going to the next NBA game? Is it going to the next whatever fucking 2K game you guys got? Because you guys got a fucking lot. You got NBA 2K11, or not 2K11. You got NBA 2K. You got WWE 2K. I don't know what other fucking 2K games you guys got, but it's too much. 2K or Take-Two or whoever the fuck you are, you guys are making so much fucking money off of these games. You don't need microtransactions. You don't see fucking... Well, I mean, Rockstar does have a microtransaction system, but they don't force it on their fucking players. Everything in their games have always been unlockable without having to put another fucking price tag on it. Especially in GTA Online and Red Dead Online. If you don't believe me, then I ask you to name one thing that you have to actually physically use your credit card or use your debit card to get that you can't unlock in game. Because I can assure you that each and every single item in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5 are all unlockable in single player and online. You do not need to put in your credit card for anything in either of those two games. Sure, the prices might be steep, and that's how Rockstar makes their money, because you buy the fucking shark cards and you get the fucking money that way. But then again, you don't need to do that. All you have to do is just grind until you get that much money, which to some people, that might be a little too much work, which I guess in some cases, that's okay. But in a lot of other cases, that's just pure laziness, I mean, if you don't got a bunch of friends that you hang out that you hang out with, you play GTA Online or Red Dead Redemption 2 or I mean Red Dead Online, but if you don't have that committed group of friends, then you don't need to be, committed to, playing that. That's pretty much what it's for. It's for people that want to commit to playing it. And so far, they've been very, very successful with the free downloadable content. So, $70 for video games are reserved for games that deserve it. In my belief, I probably would have waited a little bit if till the price goes down by maybe like $10 or so dollars. But if Ghost of Tsushima was $70, I would have accepted it. That would have been a very acceptable price for a game like that. Because number one, it's a huge game. It's a big fucking game. There's a lot in it. There's a lot. And I barely scratched the surface in it. So, Cyberpunk 2077, whenever it fucking comes out in who knows how long, I'm pretty sure that there's a chance that game will most likely be $70 at launch. And depending on the situation, that might be acceptable. Number one, it's a very, very, very highly anticipated game. If it does go $70, then I'm not sure if everybody is going to accept it. I will most likely accept it. I will most likely accept it and say, you know what? It was inevitable. And it is, at the same time, it is. It pretty much is inevitable. I've been saying that all this video. It's inevitable. It sucks. It sucks at the same time. But you got to do what you got to do. Well, at the same time, if you're making sport games, you don't even need your games to be $60. Simply because all these fucking microtransactions, if you're going to put microtransactions into a video game, you don't need your video game to be $60. If you're going to lock everything behind a paywall, you definitely do not need to put your game at $60. Furthermore, if your DLCs are going to cost half as much as the game is going to be, then you definitely do not need your game to be $60. And I'm talking directly about Call of Duty. I'm talking directly about Battlefield and Battlefront. God forbid if fucking EA puts DLC in that. I'm talking directly about those shooter games. And I'm talking mostly about No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, number one, should have never been $60 at launch. Should have been $20, if even. Since, at launch, it was, number one, I couldn't even run it on my laptop that I had at the time. Even though it was supposed to be like able to run on anything, so even my potato computer that I had at the time was only able to run that computer on a monitor, unable to run the game. Got myself a brand new laptop, was able to run it just fine. Got a PlayStation 4, was able to play a little bit on my brother's PlayStation 4 at the time, but again, if you're going to make a game, make empty promises on it, you don't need it to be $60. You're going to put so much into the game and lock half of it behind a paywall, you don't need it to be $60. Okay? Every single video game does not need to be $60. With that being said, every single video game does not need to be $70. You know, it depends the game. Minecraft, for example, that's $30. It's a perfect price for a game like that. Red Dead Redemption 2, $60. Perfect price for that. It's Rockstar. They always made great games. Ghost of Tsushima, $60. Awesome game so far. You can watch me stream it. I'm going to try to stream it every day, except for Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wasn't able to stream today, so catch me streaming it Wednesday. But yeah, I hope that clears up a lot of the confusion that's going on. I really hope it does. So I don't know. Like I said, it's inevitable. Who knows when it's going to start being the norm? So, especially in this time of the pandemic and whatever. When that shit will go away, well, actually, no, I do know when it's going to go away. It'll go away after November. That's my final prediction for that. So, with that being said, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.